Sometimes we go to fairly long lengths to test out stuff that we make here, especially when you consider the environment that ultimately a piece of equipment might go into. In this particular case, we're talking about the DualTemp Vest, which is used to heat and cool vessels containing beer, whatever. Okay, so this is the DualTemp Vest. It's made from extremely strong plastic material, the similar sort of thing that they make for kids' toys to go sliding down the snow, or have garden water slides. So it's extremely tough, and we've tested it by freezing it solid. You have an inlet and an outlet, and then this simply wraps around, and you can wrap it more than once for a smaller item like a keg. And you don't have to be too careful about how it's done, because once the water expands it'll hold itself tight around there, and it is big enough to go around a larger keg like this. So it will make it all the way around a 50-litre keg. So it's now possible to take that 50 bush, chill it with a chili, and have cold beer running off a solar panel or your car battery, like something that no one ever has done before. Our first experience with trying to make these unfortunately ran into problems due to the nature of the material, so we had to re-engineer it. And then we thought we'd give this one hell of a good test by freezing a 50-litre keg solid with this DualTemp Vest. So there was plenty of ice, and if anything was going to penetrate it or cause an issue, it would show up in that time. So here we have inside this jacket a 50-litre steel keg with the DualTemp Vest wrapped around it. Now I'm going to unzip this for you and open it up. And as you can see, there is a solid layer of ice here, ice crystals everywhere on the jacket itself. And this has been operational for 3 months and kept these 50 litres of water inside this steel keg solidly frozen. All this is done with one of our chilies, which you can have a look down here, running about a 20% glycol mixture. And of course you could have even done this from a car battery because it's a 12-volt unit. So after 3 months we're pretty convinced that the mat can withstand the icing up. So we're now going to put it on the heating, and we will heat this up to 40 degrees over the next few days and go from there. But of course, all of those out there who love to have cold beer somewhere, this is a nice and easy way to get beer cold out in the bush or on the beach. As long as you've got a 12-volt source from a car battery or a solar cell, then you'll be able to get cold beer even out of a 50-litre keg. And of course you can add the KegMaster or one of our other dispensing systems to it to get your beer out. Okay, yesterday we took the jacket off this keg here that we've been chilling with the chili for about 3 months, and we left it 24 hours, and the temperature here you can still see is around 0.1 to 0.2 on the inside of the keg, 2.7 on the outside. So that is still frozen rock solid inside. Can't hear anything squishing around. Alright, so having taken the jacket off that, we've now put it onto a Apollo Chubby here. It took probably about a couple of hours of heating to drop the ice from the jacket, and the jacket remained pliable despite the fact that it was sitting down at somewhere between -2 to -5 degrees for about 3 months. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and plug the chubby back in. We'll plug the chili back in, and I've now set it to heating. and we'll just bring up. It's set to 35 degrees, so, and currently the temperature in the showroom is pretty cold, so 12.5 degrees is the temperature of the liquid that's coursing through the mat. And we'll just use the temperature of the actual liquid going through the mat to control the chili. If we wanted to, we could put a thermowell inside the chubby here, and then use this external probe which plugs in here. Alright, now we're going to have some fun and actually ferment a beer in this. So you can see the mat coiled around the chubby Apollo. The lines, everything the same as yesterday, and my assistant is now going to help me by pouring some wort in here. It's a 10 litre kit that we have, and the 10 litre kit is going to be something that's going to be a bit more popular in the future as we use the mini bench kegerators for fermenting as well. And my assistant's having a bit of trouble getting the lid off this thing, but it looks like he's succeeded. Giving it a bit of a sanitize. And bring it over, Daniel, and put it in. Now this is from our own production of wort kits. What are we actually fermenting here, Daniel?
It's a New World Ale.
A New World Ale from our grain
Artisan ale
grapevine
kit, but this is a 10 litre little cube. Sometimes when you finish a brew day, you get a little left hand.
And I'm glad I got him to do it because he's stronger than me.
And it's really not that heavy. It's really good. The smaller wort kit size is going to be kind of handy for people who don't need to do big batches.
Yeah, especially if some of the girls want to have a go at doing a brew. The 10 litres I think will go down better than the 20 litre kits. All right, that's now
add
gone
a little bit of
in.
water to that as well.
He's going to add some water.
10 litre kit, almost 2 litres of water going in.
All good. And he's had the lid sanitizing there. So beautiful fit. Tie it down.
Always remember, set your spunning valve.
And we're using a blue PRV here, so preset to 10 psi. What else we need to do? Get some yeast in there.
Don't forget to pitch yeast.
Well, we wouldn't be the first ones to do that. So we're just going to go back. He's going to cut that yeast open. I'm going to get that lid off. I'll be careful not to handle it. And there goes the yeast. Now what are we using here? It's a Bergen yeast from our good friend Derek over at Bluestone Yeast. So we want to be running this ferment at about 35 degrees and have some fun with it. The chili, as you can see, is a very versatile unit. Not only can it be working at home from a mains power outlet, you can take this with you camping if you want to use it for chilling down a keg, because it uses a 12-volt power pack. And instead of the power pack, we can use a connection to a car cigarette lighter or a solar panel or whatever battery pack you might have available. Okay, we're back again, and fermentation is finished. We had wonderful krausen in there. It's all gone well, and currently we're still sitting at around 35 degrees in there, so it's time for the cold crush. And also at the same time we're going to carbonate the beer, and my trusty colleagues have advised that it should be a 2.6 times the volume to get that correct mouthfeel for this particular Norwegian quake yeast. So let's go ahead and start the cold crush. basically turn the thing from heating to cooling. So there you can see the controller is going down. We're going to set that at 0 degrees. Almost there. And press that to store. And then by pressing this button, we can see we now are set at 0 degrees. I can hear the fans and the compressor coming on, and the liquid that's been running at 35 degrees will now rapidly chill down to 0 degrees. So there you go. There's the unit, still beautifully warm and cozy, snug with that. Oh, that is nice on a cold day in there. And then all we're going to do is pop that on our gas post, so make sure we got the right one. Yep, all good to go. Plug that in. And run this around again. So there we go. Set on 9 psi. Cold crash and carbonation is underway. Not too long now before we get to taste the beer. This has now been on here for 48 hours and should be pretty much ready to drink. So it's cold, it should be carbonated. Let's get some beer out and see what it looks like. So, our picnic tap. Might just see how we go here on the first pour. A little bit of foam to get started. Oh, look at that. How great is that? I'll have the whole glass, thank you. Cheers to the chili and the people at Keg King who make this happen. That tastes good. That tastes really good.
KegMaster Chilli, oh what a thrill. Heat it or chill it and pour with skill. From the bar to the barbecue.